there, welcome to my channel. My name is Missy and I hope you're all having an amazing day today. So I'm in the kitchen and we are kicking off the Christmas baking season early. I was gonna wait till Vlogmas, but I cannot wait any longer. And the recipe I'm going to show you today is my Whip It Real Good shortbread cookie. And I have all of the ingredients behind me here. So let's get to, and I'll show you everything I'm gonna be using in this recipe today. So here's everything I'm gonna be using for my recipe. I have some all-purpose flour, I have icing sugar, cornstarch, salted butter, vanilla, some salt, I have some sprinkles, milk chocolate, red and green glazed cherries. I'm using my hand mixer today, but you can use a stand mixer if you want to. I have a cookie scoop and I also have a big mixing bowl. So let me get organized and I'll be back with the first step. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is mix our cornstarch and our flour together. Give that a good mix until it's incorporated. And I'm just going to set that aside for now. So I'm bringing out my big mixing bowl and we're going to put our pound of butter in there. And you want your butter to be at room temperature. You don't want to soften it in the microwave or melt it. So I took mine out the night before and it's nice and at room temperature right now. And then I'm going to take my mixer and I'm going to cream the butter. And this is going to be creamed for about 5 minutes. You really want it to become light and airy and almost change in color. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to scrape down my bowl. And that's an important step to do. You want to make sure you're whipping all of that butter. And you want to whip it real good. Okay, so we're just going to scrape that bowl down. You're probably going to scrape the bowl about 4 or 5 times during this process. And it's just really soft, the butter, and it's starting to change color, and that's what we want. And we'll continue. Okay, scraping the bowl down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some vanilla. And we're going to mix that in. Scraping the bowl again. Scraping that bowl again. Okay, and now we're gonna add our icing sugar in. And I have sifted this icing sugar. And we're gonna mix that on low. We'll just turn that up a bit and beat it for about a minute. Okay, and we're going to scrape that bowl down again. Trust me, all this work will be worth it in the end. It's still very fluffy and smooth. So now what we're going to do is we have our sifted flour and cornstarch here, and I'm going to gradually add it in. So I'm going to do maybe around a cup first. And we're going to do that on low. Okay, and in between each time we're going to scrape that bowl down. Still nice and light. And you want to make sure you're getting everything off the bottom of the bowl as well. And I'm not sure if I've said yet, but the oven has to be on 325, and I have cookie sheets with parchment paper on them ready to go. And if you have cooling racks are a great thing for your cookies to cool quickly. Okay, so I'm going to add another bit of flour and cornstarch mixture. And you just want to mix it until it's incorporated. We don't want to overmix the flour in. Another scraping up the bowl. And one more mix. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is just scrape that bowl down one more time. Making sure everything is incorporated. Okay, that looks great. Get it all off the side here. There. Okay, so I brought my cookie sheet over and I have sprayed it with Pam and put the parchment paper down just so that the parchment paper stays in place. And we're next going to take our cookie scoop, or if you don't have a cookie scoop, you can just use a spoon. That's fine too. And you're gonna take a bit of this dough, and it's really, really soft. It's just a really nice texture. And we're just gonna roll that up in between our hands, and we're gonna place it down here. So I have a little bit of icing sugar in a bowl. You can use flour or cornstarch, but I prefer the icing sugar. I'm gonna dip my fork in it, and we're just gonna go right down on that cookie with the fork. Maybe a little bit more. Just like that. Okay, so we're just scooping and rolling. And I'm just scooping it with the cookie scoop to give us more uniform cookies. Down there. This dough is really soft and easy to work with, and it's just lovely. Usually the batch gets about 48 cookies, but we'll see at the end. You don't have to use a fork. You can also just flatten them with your hands if you want to. I just like the design of the fork. So I'm going to keep rolling, and I'll be back when it's time to decorate them. Okay, so now that we've finished this tray of cookies, we're going to go ahead and put some cherries on some of these. And you're just going to put it on in the middle and push it down slightly. I'm going to put these in the oven at 325 for about 10 to 12 minutes, but you never want to take your eyes off your cookies. And I will be keeping my eye on them. So I'll be back when they're done. I'm going to work on another tray while these are in baking. Okay, so I have the second sheet ready, and we're going to decorate these with these little beads that I have. They're little sprinkles, and they're so cute. So we're going to go ahead and put those down. And they'll kind of fall in those ridges, and it just makes a really fun, pretty cookie. Okay, so these ones are going to go in the oven as soon as the other ones are finished. And I'm going to do another tray when the first one comes out, and I'll show you what we're going to do with those. So I'll put these aside until they're ready to go in the oven. Okay, so here's our first batch out of the oven, and oh my, oh, Shortbread, how I've missed you. I'm so happy to be baking today, but this is what they should look like out of the oven. They took 12 minutes on 325. So I'm going to put the other batch in and let these cool on the cooling rack. But I'm going to leave them on the pan for about 5 minutes until I can actually successfully get them to the cooling rack without breaking them. Okay, so my second batch is almost finished, and then I'm going to put this tray in, and this is our last tray, and we got 44 cookies out of that whole batch. So I'm going to put these ones in plain because we are going to drizzle them with chocolate and put some gold sprinkles on top. So I'll be back when the second batch is done, and I'll show you those. Okay, here's our second batch out of the oven, and I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to let them sit for about 5 minutes on the tray and then transfer them to the cooling rack. So we will be back. So I have taken the cookies with the cherries and I've put them on a cooling rack over top of a pan. And I'm just going to hit them with a little bit of icing sugar just to, you know, finish them off. And that'll just give it another layer of creaminess. And I'm gonna set them back on the other cooling rack because we're gonna need this one. Okay, so now that they're on the cooling rack over top of the cookie sheet, I have gone ahead and melted some milk chocolate. I'm not really sure what kind of chocolate Wendy likes, but we're gonna use milk chocolate today. Hopefully she likes that. You can use white chocolate. You can use colored chocolate if you want to do green or red or pink or something like that. But we're just gonna go with milk chocolate, and I'm just gonna drizzle that right over the cookies. Now I'm gonna do about 3, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put our gold sugar on it before that dries. And they are beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and that's it. We're gonna let those cool. It smells like Christmas in here. And for any of you that have followed me for a while, you know that I am right in my happy zone right now. Oh, so we will be back when everything's cooled, and I will plate it all up. Here are some of my cookies plated up, and they look delicious, and this kitchen smells divine. Christmas has finally arrived in Missy's kitchen, and I'm a happy girl. So I hope you like this recipe and that you try it at home, and I hope your family loves it as much as mine does. And if you like this video, please subscribe and hit that like button and hit the notification bell so you know when I'm uploading again. And I just want to thank you all for your kindness and your support. And I hope you all have a beautiful, wonderful day. Until next time, bye for now.